First of all, let me tell y'all something about him. That man is iconic, like legend status.
We kept it P for a long time. So it was always behind the scenes.
In the ever-evolving theatre of celebrity culture, where fame dances precariously between admiration and scrutiny, few stories have captured the public's imagination, quite like the unfolding drama between Sean Diddy Combs and rising music sensation Saucy Santana. What began as whispers in the shadows of backstage corridors has now erupted into a full-blown spectacle, complete with cryptic social media posts, explosive interviews, and allegations that threaten to redefine the legacies of both figures. At the heart of this saga lies a question that has haunted Hollywood and the music industry for decades. Is this a genuine clash of egos and ethics, or simply another chapter in the age-old playbook of manufactured controversy designed to dominate headlines? The intrigue deepened when Saucy Santana, known for his bold persona and unfiltered commentary, broke his silence during a candid appearance on the Poor Minds podcast. In a moment that sent shockwaves through the entertainment world, Santana revealed details about his interactions with Diddy, painting a picture of a man whose larger-than-life reputation may conceal darker truths. While Santana stopped short of leveling direct accusations, his remarks hinted at witnessing behavior that aligned with long-standing rumors about Diddy's private life, rumors that have simmered beneath the surface for years, but have never been fully substantiated. Was this an insider glimpse into Diddy's enigmatic world, or merely a calculated move to insert himself into the narrative of one of music's most iconic figures? Adding fuel to the fire was Young Miami, the former City Girls rapper and Diddy's ex-girlfriend, who found herself at the center of the storm after publicly addressing her relationship with the mogul on her Caresha Please podcast. Her revelation sparked backlash from fans and critics alike, prompting Santana to leap to her defense in a TikTok video that quickly went viral. In the clip, Santana not only confirmed the authenticity of Miami's account, but also described her experiences with Diddy in glowing terms, emphasizing the mutual respect and professionalism that defined their business relationship. Yet, even as he sought to clarify misconceptions, his words carried an undercurrent of tension, leaving observers to wonder whether there was more to the story than met the eye. As the narrative unfolded, it became clear that this was no ordinary celebrity feud. With Diddy facing mounting legal challenges, including a high-profile lawsuit filed by a former partner alleging abuse, trafficking, and sexual misconduct, the stakes could not be higher. For Santana, aligning himself with such a polarizing figure posed risks as well as opportunities. Would his outspokenness cement his status as a voice of truth in an industry rife with secrets, or would it cast him as a pawn in a game far beyond his control? As the world watches and waits, one thing is certain. The collision of these two worlds has set the stage for a showdown that promises to reveal as much about the nature of fame as it does about the individuals involved. Whether driven by principle, ambition, or something else entirely, the unfolding drama between Diddy and Saucy Santana is a testament to the enduring power of storytelling and the lengths to which people will go to ensure their version of events prevails. To truly grasp the complexities of the brewing conflict between Diddy and Saucy Santana, one must first delve into the origins of their professional relationship, a dynamic rooted in music, mentorship, and the blurred lines of creative collaboration. Saucy Santana, a rising star known for his unapologetic lyricism and magnetic charisma, first crossed paths with Diddy during what many assumed would be a mutually beneficial partnership. Diddy, ever the visionary entrepreneur, had long been celebrated for his ability to spot raw talent and mold it into mainstream success. For Santana, aligning himself with Bad Boy Records' legendary founder represented an opportunity to elevate his career to unprecedented heights. However, as their paths intertwined, subtle tensions began to surface, laying the groundwork for what would later escalate into a public spectacle. Their initial interactions appeared harmonious, with Santana frequently praising Diddy's influence and guidance in interviews. He spoke of their business relationship in glowing terms, describing it as mutually respectful and professionally enriching. Yet behind the polished veneer of public statements, insiders close to the duo suggest that cracks were forming. Sources familiar with their dynamic reveal that Santana often felt overshadowed by Diddy's larger-than-life presence, struggling to assert his individuality within the mogul's orbit. This tension was further exacerbated by creative differences, particularly regarding the direction of Santana's music and image. While Santana leaned toward bold experimentation and boundary-pushing artistry, Diddy reportedly favored a more commercially viable approach, prioritizing marketability over artistic risk. These disagreements, though initially framed as constructive friction, planted seeds of discord that would later blossom into open contention. The turning point came when Young Miami, Diddy's former girlfriend, found herself embroiled in controversy after speaking candidly about her relationship with the mogul on her Caresha Please podcast. Her revelations ignited a firestorm of backlash, with critics accusing her of airing private matters for publicity. It was then that Saucy Santana stepped into the fray, defending Miami in a TikTok video that quickly went viral. In the clip, Santana not only corroborated Miami's account, but also expressed frustration over the public's misinterpretation of her narrative. His impassioned defense positioned him as a loyal ally, yet it also thrust him deeper into the vortex of Diddy's controversies. What began as a gesture of solidarity soon took on a life of its own. During his appearance on the Poor Minds podcast, Santana elaborated on his experiences with Diddy, offering insights that fueled speculation about the mogul's private conduct. While Santana refrained from making outright accusations, his comments hinted at witnessing behavior that reinforced long-standing rumors about Diddy's personal life. This revelation, coupled with the broader context of Diddy's legal battles, including a damning lawsuit alleging abuse and trafficking, cast a shadow of doubt over the nature of their relationship. For Santana, navigating this minefield proved challenging. On one hand, his outspokenness earned him praise as a voice of authenticity in an industry often criticized for its lack of transparency. On the other hand, it raised questions about his motivations. Was he genuinely seeking to shed light on uncomfortable truths, or was he leveraging the controversy to amplify his own profile? Regardless of intent, the escalating tension between Santana and Diddy underscores the fragile balance of trust inherent in creative partnerships. As their once collaborative dynamic unraveled, it became increasingly clear that this was no mere disagreement. It was a clash of personalities, principles, and perceptions that would reverberate far beyond the confines of their shared history. As the public narrative surrounding Diddy and Saucy Santana continues to unfold, the legal intricacies of their dispute have emerged as a labyrinthine battleground, each maneuver meticulously crafted to shape perceptions and secure advantage. Central to this unfolding drama is the role of evidence, or, more accurately, the strategic deployment of information that blurs the line between fact and speculation. Saucy Santana's recent revelations, delivered with palpable emotion during his Poor Minds podcast appearance, have introduced a series of claims that hover tantalizingly close to implicating Diddy in misconduct, yet stop just short of outright accusation. His descriptions of witnessing behavior that aligns with long-standing rumors about the mogul's private life serve as a double-edged sword. They captivate audiences and fuel media coverage, while simultaneously raising questions about the veracity and intent behind his words. For Diddy, whose legal team is already entrenched in defending against a high-profile lawsuit alleging abuse and trafficking, these insinuations pose a significant threat. On the opposing side, Diddy's defense strategy has been equally calculated, relying heavily on discrediting Santana's narrative while simultaneously framing it as a retaliatory act. His attorneys have seized upon inconsistencies in Santana's timeline, questioning why certain details emerged only after Young Miami's controversial podcast episode drew widespread attention. They argue that Santana's alignment with Miami, his vocal defense of her account, reveals a coordinated effort to tarnish Diddy's reputation amid mounting legal challenges. To bolster this claim, they've pointed to internal communications obtained through discovery, suggesting that Santana's public statements were timed to coincide with key moments in Diddy's ongoing litigation. These documents, though not yet fully disclosed, hint at a broader campaign to undermine Diddy's credibility, casting doubt on whether Santana's actions stem from genuine concern or ulterior motives. Adding another layer of complexity is the involvement of third-party entities implicated in the dispute. Both parties have subpoenaed records from various sources, including production companies and collaborators linked to projects involving Santana and Diddy. Emails and memos obtained through these efforts paint a picture of mounting tensions, with executives reportedly aware of simmering conflicts but failing to intervene decisively. For Santana's legal team, these documents underscore institutional negligence, arguing that Diddy's alleged behavior thrived in an environment lacking accountability. Conversely, Diddy's counsel has used discrepancies in Santana's recounting of events to challenge the reliability of his testimony, suggesting that his delayed reporting of incidents undermines his credibility. Perhaps the most contentious aspect of the legal proceedings revolves around the admissibility of expert testimony. Santana's attorneys have enlisted psychologists specializing in trauma and workplace dynamics to contextualize his experiences, framing them as emblematic of systemic issues within the music industry. These experts argue that victims of misconduct often struggle to process and report incidents immediately due to fear of retaliation or disbelief, a narrative that resonates deeply in an era of heightened awareness about inequality and abuse of power. In contrast, Diddy's team has recruited media analysts to scrutinize Santana's public statements and social media activity, alleging that inconsistencies betray a lack of genuineness. This tug-of-war over interpretation highlights the high-stakes nature of the trial, where every piece of evidence carries the potential to tip the scales decisively in favor of one party or the other. Amidst the flurry of motions and counter-motions, the presiding judge has issued stern warnings to both sides regarding inflammatory rhetoric outside the courtroom. In a recent hearing, the judge admonished attorneys for engaging in what she described as public posturing, emphasizing the need to maintain decorum lest the case devolve into a spectacle. Despite this directive, leaks and strategic disclosures continue to filter into the press, fueling rampant speculation among observers eager to dissect every development. For now, the legal strategies employed by both camps reflect a delicate balance between leveraging hard evidence and shaping public perception, a dance that will ultimately determine whether justice prevails or reputations crumble in the glare of relentless media scrutiny. The unfolding drama between Diddy and Saucy Santana has ignited a firestorm of reactions across social media platforms, exposing the deep fissures that exist within fan bases and the entertainment industry at large. On Twitter, hashtags like #Believe Santana and #Stand with Diddy have trended globally, reflecting the polarized sentiments gripping audiences worldwide. Supporters of Santana have rallied around him, praising his courage for speaking out and positioning him as a voice of authenticity in an industry rife with secrecy. Many fans have taken to Instagram to share heartfelt messages of solidarity, using images of Santana alongside captions urging others to listen to marginalized voices. Meanwhile, Diddy's defenders argue that the allegations are politically motivated, pointing to his philanthropic work and prior endorsements from organizations focused on social justice as proof of his character. This dichotomy has created a digital battleground, with comment sections devolving into heated debates and memes, amplifying both sides of the narrative. Industry reactions have been equally charged, with several high-profile figures breaking their silence to weigh in on the situation. Cardi B, a longtime collaborator of both Diddy and Santana, tweeted a cryptic message reading, "Truth don't care about feelings," which many interpreted as tacit support for Santana's revelations. Conversely, 50 Cent, who has faced his own controversies, posted a statement suggesting that celebrity beef sells records, implying that the entire saga might be a publicity stunt. Such divergent responses underscore the deep fissures within the music industry itself, where alliances and rivalries often dictate public stances. Producers and studio executives, wary of being drawn into the fray, have largely refrained from commenting directly, but are reportedly monitoring the case closely due to its potential impact on future collaborations. Beyond individual opinions, the scandal has sparked broader discussions about systemic issues plaguing the entertainment industry. Journalists covering the trial have noted a surge in articles exploring themes of power imbalance, consent, and accountability, with some outlets dedicating entire segments to dissecting the cultural implications of the case. Publications like Rolling Stone and Billboard have published op-eds calling for stricter oversight on sets and in recording studios, advocating for independent mediators to handle disputes and ensure safe working environments. Meanwhile, grassroots movements spearheaded by lesser-known artists and crew members have gained traction online, demanding reforms that address long-standing grievances about exploitation and abuse. The ripple effects extend beyond discourse, manifesting in tangible ways throughout the industry. Production companies linked to Diddy's ventures have seen a dip in investor confidence, prompting emergency meetings to assess risk management strategies. Talent agents report an uptick in inquiries from clients seeking assurances about safety protocols before committing to new projects. Even streaming services like Spotify and Apple Music have begun revisiting contracts to include clauses protecting performers from similar situations, signaling a shift toward prioritizing ethical considerations over profit margins. Yet amidst these developments, skepticism persists. Critics argue that the intense focus on Diddy and Santana risks overshadowing the root causes of such conflicts, namely entrenched hierarchies and unchecked privilege.